Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Liz, and welcome back to Project Ozone 2. In the last episode, we were working on making this guy, the Tier 3 rocket, which looks insane. Looks silly. So we were working on making the Tier 3 rocket so that we could go to Venus, and decided to kind of hang out at the base. We were working on getting some new seeds and all that kind of fun stuff. So between episodes, I went ahead and just kind of prepared everything else that we need. We have the dislocators that we're going to need to kind of deal with. We are good on oxygen and everything. We have the thermal padding. I don't know if we needed it yet or not. But all in all, we should be ready to head to Venus. So all we need to do is plop that guy down and should get fuel here relatively quickly. I have gone ahead and put dislocator pedestal down here. So we're gonna do our normal thing. We're gonna head to Venus. We're gonna kill a monster and hope for the best. So let's grab a little bit more cobblestone so that we can get a pretty quick base up and running. And yeah, let's do this. Let's head into space. There is the opening. Let's look at our inventory of fuel. Fuel is completely full, so let's go to space. We've done this a couple times before, so not much new to say about this. We're just going to be heading to Venus immediately. Whether or not we head anywhere else, oh, we'll see. We have the resources to make as many dislocator pedestals and charm dislocations as we want. I kind of messed up on what I was talking about. This guy is really fast. But yeah, so whether we need to go to any other places, we're mostly just trying to get to Mercury. Mercury is the location we need to get to, because that is where we're going to be able to start working on getting applied logistics, and we need a tier 4 for that. So Venus is here. We can go there. There is some stuff to get at Venus. We can also go to the asteroids. Don't know that we need to right now, and I think that's as far as we can go. So let's go to Venus, and don't think Venus has any moons. So yeah, let's just go for it. Heading to Venus. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. I really hope nothing goes wrong. We are parachuting down. I am going to go ahead and do this real quick. Just let it kind of load, hopefully. We already know where the 2 dungeons are. Please don't land me in lava. Alright, so can you say molten? A lot of volcanoes, a lot of stuff that is not very friendly heat-wise. So let's just make a tiny little house. And gravity is a little bit lower here. Actually, no, it shouldn't be. That's weird. It shouldn't be lower here. Venus is actually about the same size as Earth, so I don't think the gravity is that much different. But we can kill all these guys. Honestly, we're not having any issues or anything. We just need to kind of secure our base. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get our little house built. Now I believe that blazes can also spawn, which is not something we necessarily want to have to deal with. But in all honesty, it's not that big of a deal. Alright, let's kill these guys. And let's just do all this. Alright, cool. So I think that is going to be the middle. And alright, so let's light this place up. Some glowstone torches. He made a nice 5x5. Let's just finish the outside exterior. And what do we have? That looks like the soul sand texture. What is this stuff? Volcanic rock. Is it used for anything? We can make volcanic ingots, fire bricks, and those can be used for some things. Fire bombs. Not really. Okay. So let's light this up. We'll drop right down here and start working. So we need our dislocator pedestal. Bunch of slime pearls, which is nice. We're gonna want to bind this guy. And then place him on there. We still have the Venus, perfect. Gonna just throw that in there for right now. Surface rock, we're gonna want some other things. Venus stone, I think, is probably what we're gonna want to dev null. And yeah, let's go ahead and head back to the base. I've already got this guy where we needed it and all that fun stuff, so that should be all of the basic preparations. We throw all of this stuff in here. Don't know about the slime pearls. I know we don't have any space for, but the magma cream and all that kind of stuff we'll put in there as well. Turn this back on. Let's grab our charm of dislocation and head back to Venus. So put that there. Get the Venus stone and back to Venus we go. Now, first things first, we need to make a waypoint. Home. Let's keep it enabled. And now the real question. So come down here and we're going to need to find the ore. So there is an ore available to us with Venus, and I think that's it right there. Carbon. So carbon ore is used to get carbon ingots, which are then used to get compressed carbon, which is then used with heavy duty plates tier 3 to make tier 4. So we're going to need a good bit of it, much like the other stuff. Venus gravel, that's kind of funny. We're hungry. Okay. So we'll worry about getting more stuff in a little bit. We'll come back for the carbon. We're going to need a good bit of it, but for right now, as long as we can get a couple stacks of it, that's all that really matters. Now, if we look at recipes, no recipes. So I don't think there's any. If we look up carbon, or yeah, there's just the one. So no dense carbon ore or anything like that. So let's fly out of here, and it's starting to get night. Now, we are really close to the sun, so it's really, really quite close. Now, journey maps. I want to have both dungeons on. That one is farther away. So let's see if this dungeon actually exists. Also, having some trouble with train generation. Also, that's a ravine. Cool. So we'll head over here. It is really laggy. Just generating a lot of stuff. There's a lot of lighting on Venus because of all of the lava. So I don't see anything immediately. But what we can do... There's some carbon ore. What we can do is just find a spot like right here and just dig down. And then we'll see, what is that, iron? Not really seeing anything. We'll go ahead and dig here for the carbon. Might as well grab that while we're here. It's not too rare, so not that big of a deal. But it looks like we're gonna have to go to the other dungeon. That's fine, we know where it's at, so let's just dig down a little bit farther. I just want to make sure there is nothing. Down here. I hear a zombie. Alright, so I think we're close enough to the bottom of the world. Let's do one more dig. Yeah, I can see bedrock, so nope. No dungeon here. That is a bummer. But we got some more carbon ore. Let's go to the other one. So back to the way we came. But yeah, the cool thing about this is that the sun size actually changes based on the planets you're at and gravity and all that kind of stuff. It's a really cool mod, but it does get a little repetitive. Unfortunately, there's not enough diversity between all of the different like planets. Okay, there is, but there isn't. You'll see later. There's a couple of the like Neptune, I believe, is more liquid than ground. It's a gas giant, so there's not really much there. It makes it a little bit more interesting. I believe the asteroids are kind of interesting, but all in all, like the planets are kind of dull, just because there's not really much. There's not much of a reward for exploring too much. Each planet has like an ore or two, and there are villages on the moon, but I don't think you can do much with the villagers. I don't think that was ever implemented. That might have changed since I last played, since the newest versions, but yeah, just one of those things that we kind of get a cool mod that has potential, and it just isn't quite finished yet. So alright, let's just do something similar, and hopefully we can find a dungeon. So once we get into the stone section, we'll dig down a little bit more, and supposedly there should be a dungeon here, but I'm not seeing one yet. This is not good. We are getting plenty of the carbon ore, which is good, because once we find the dungeon, defeat the dungeon, we do need to get plenty of carbon ore so that we can make the next tier of rockets, which I was making more of the plates. Hold on. No, okay. I don't think we're gonna have any luck here either. Well, that is a bummer. So what do we do? Well, I guess we're gonna have to fly around until we find something. Now I will say, right over here. No, okay. That looked promising. Some of these formations kind of look promising. But I guess we just kind of need to fly around. I don't know for sure what color the dungeon is. These big ravines could be helpful. We need to let this place load. But yeah, so unfortunately we need to find another dungeon. This could take a while, so I'm going to keep you guys with me for a little bit, but then I'll just go look for a while. I'll probably relog just to make sure things look good. We are going to need more oxygen one of these days. We're about halfway through a tank, and it is becoming day, so that is at least nice. Should fix a lot of the lighting issues. That looks almost promising. So yeah, just trying to find dungeons. Never fun. They're a little sporadic. Ooh, that's cool. That's like a lava river. That's really cool. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. I do like Galacticraft, but there's so much potential here. I wish a little bit more focus would go into like a couple. Well, actually, I can't say that because this is actually a mod that adds more planets. I don't know if Venus is still Galacticraft itself or not. Never mind, I can't say bad things because it's mostly the extra planets mod, which kind of just duplicated the same things. Mars does have different things, and the moon has the villages. I just don't think the moon villagers are implemented too much yet. Let's take a look in here. Anything? Some carbon. I'm not going to worry about that. Just get out of there. Alright, so yeah, I kind of forgot that what adds most of the planets in this mod pack is extra planets. And that one is more or less carbon copied. There wasn't too much new other than ores and resources, and kind of the whole point of it was to expand to include the rest of the planets. Not really be super creative with it. That being said, it's still kind of cool that we have them all. I can understand the desire to want to complete all of the planets and have all of them in the game, but at the same time, there's not much reason to go to all of them other than to go to all of them. This mod pack makes that a little bit nicer, but still not very useful. Now, what is this super? There's a lot of this super light ore. That's iron. Okay. But there is plenty of copper, or carbon rather. I actually haven't seen that much copper. There is some. I believe that's copper. Yeah. The copper's harder to see. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is I am going to explore for a bit. Hopefully find a dungeon before I need to go back and get some more oxygen. And then we'll go from there. So I will be right back. Wait, hold up, maybe not. Nope, just lighting errors. Okay, yeah, so I will be right back. Alright, well, that was surprisingly a lot quicker than I expected. So I was flying around here. I had noticed there was a hole in the ground over here, and I thought that this volcano thing was going to cover it up, and so I was just flying this way, and then I noticed, hey, that's a different color. That's a bright yellow. So here is another dungeon. It is a Venus dungeon bricks. Oh, and this is actually the finishing. This is the end of it. So let's put a journey map here. New. And we're going to turn it on for every planet. This is annoying because it likes to move for some reason. So I found it's easier to go from the bottom. Which I'm not doing, but it's easier to go from the bottom for whatever reason. So we'll go Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Mercury, and then Mars and the Moon. Alright. So Dungeon 3. Save. Perfect. Cool. So this is the chest. We need a tier 4 dungeon thing to open it, and yeah, so this is the extra planets dungeon, not the Galacticraft dungeon for Venus, but we do have the evolved magma cube, and it's dead. So that was super easy. No purpose in trying to destroy anything. Trying to like go and deal with the rest of the dungeon. There's not really anything in the dungeon we want, so who cares? But there is another boss defeated. So hopefully we get lucky. And that is all we have to do. So we have the tier 4 dungeon key. Let's come open this chest. I wish we could take these chests. That is one thing that is a disappointment with this mod. That is probably the biggest disappointment I have, which is funny, but we got the Venus rover. That is not what we wanted, so I'll take the portal gun. Don't really care about the rest of the stuff. Let's go ahead and I guess let's put that in there, the stuff in here, and we'll just kind of empty up our inventory a little bit. Alright, and time to get out of here. So we need to find another dungeon. I guess, is there a way to see where that one started? It looked like it went this general direction. So I don't know if that was anything important, like if there's any clear, distinct like openings for these guys or not, but the gigantic mountain is suspicious, but don't see anything there. So I guess, oh man, that's disappointing. I mean, I guess I can just explore around again and hope to find another dungeon. I really don't know, like, because of all the lava, it's hard to see where the low areas are, where there could be a dungeon. That's just kind of a trickiness to it, more than anything else. And it's funny because I relogged to just try to hopefully make this go a little bit better. The game loading is kind of a pain. It's better when I am not recording, but only slightly. So there is zombies, but not really anything else. We are starting to run low on air, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to head back. Maybe I don't really know what to do. We need to head back and get some more oxygen. That is for sure. But I really don't know where to look for more dungeons. So, like, at least we know what color they are. The bright yellow is kind of easy to see, but I guess we should start working our way towards home, and we'll see if anything... Ooh, there's another dungeon. Alright, journey map. I'm just going to put it for Venus right now, so dungeon 4. Actually, let's go ahead and click it for Mercury as well. And let's see if we can't get through this really quickly. So, skeleton, zombie, and we get underground. If we look at journey map, it's just kind of in that direction, so we could probably skip the entirety of the dungeon. I don't know if that's something we need to do, but it is certainly something we can do, especially with all these creepers. These creepers can kill us in one hit. That is something that should be kept in mind. The creepers are not something to mess around with. Everything else doesn't really matter too much, but creepers have the potential for being dangerous. And that's because we can have the John Cena creepers. So, kill those guys. Uh-oh. Not actually too worried about the Endermans. Alright, so lights. We are full up on items. Here is skeleton, but it might be like outside or something. Alright, so chest of stuff that I don't really care about. We'll keep the rib bone. Actually, no, we won't. We don't need any of this stuff. So how are we doing on air? We're okay. Hey, a wither skeleton. That's... Oh, this must have the... So what it is it probably thinks Venus is the nether for mob spawns. And so we'll get blazes and magma cubes, and it probably like messes with those values. And here's the boss. Let's just kill the boss. That's easy. Guess we'll throw this stuff in here. And we'll get the key. All that experience. And there's the chest. So hopefully another rover. Alright, well, I will tell you guys what. I am going to continue searching for dungeons. I am going to take on dungeons. And I will find... I don't want to have you guys go through all of this with me again. It gets repetitive. I know, but we cleared 2 of these dungeons. I am going to clear a third, hopefully only third, on my own. And yeah, before I do anything else, we're gonna head back to the base. I need to get more oxygen and all that fun stuff, so you know we don't die. Clear out my inventory, and yeah, hopefully by the time next episode comes around, I will have found the last of the next tier rocket, and we can start working on making that and working our way. Hey, here's a village. They have saplings. And those are the alien villagers. Yeah, that's all I have to say about them. There's water on here, which is weird. But not gonna say anything. Not gonna mess with them. I don't think they have any trades. We can let's see. Let's talk to one. Wasn't expecting. Mobs are really fast now. So can we even talk to you guys? No, we can't. So that is Galacticraft Core, whereas the Venus is Extraplanets. Now, I believe in the current version of Galacticraft, there is, or at least one of the current versions, there is actually a Venus implemented. So what's the difference? Well, I don't think the planet itself is too different from this. Very lava lakes everywhere and all that kind of fun stuff. But the big difference is the boss is not a magma cube. I believe it's a spider. I believe it's a gigantic spider. I could be wrong on that. No, because the creeper is... yeah, I believe it's a gigantic spider. So what the plan is I am going to search around for the next tier of rocket, and next time we will do some other stuff. I don't know what, but we just crashed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!